So I drained out the fluid that was used at the track and refilled the rear diff with some new fluid and conducted a test off the street. And the results are still terrible.
Hey team. So I know it's been a few weeks since I got back from the track, and to be perfectly honest, a lot of procrastinating, but also um, just there was a whining going on in the car on the last session, and it was happening during off throttle moments. So I would just hear it when it was just coasting. On throttle was perfectly fine, or maybe it was too loud for me to even hear anything. And then during braking, I wouldn't hear anything either. But during off throttle and coasting, it was loud, and it was always above 30 miles an hour, which I later found out. Well, it's been a while because I was afraid to tear the car apart and figure out what the heck was going on. But I took it for a drive. I forget to where, but I took it for a drive. And the main road here, speed limit is 45, so got over that 30-mile-an-hour mark, and it was atrocious. Like, it just got louder and louder. So I got back that night and put it on to jack stands, and I popped open uh, the fill port for the rear diff, and I put my finger in there to see if there was anything, and my finger came out dry. So I put my finger further down and finally drew out some fluid, and it was not the cleanest of stuff, and it definitely had some debris in it, which made me even more scared. So I just pumped some fluid into it and left it at that. And then today I came in to the garage and I decided to spin the wheels as if that was going to do anything. and and then had a friend come over just so he could experience some car maintenance and whatnot, this being to the high degree. And so I drained some out and it was looking disgusting. So I decided to drain it completely. And yeah, it was not in good shape. There was a lot of glitter, and didn't enjoy looking at it. And I don't even know how well it's going to show up, but I did put two or a quart and 1/10 of a quart in there as is recommended, and you can even see it right here, just all the sparkles. It is not supposed to be that silver. So yeah, I'm not sure how well you can actually see all the stuff going on in there, but it is not good. Look at all that. Your rear diff is not supposed to make glitter. So took it out, and yeah, this is the current state of everything. And unfortunately, the shop is closed this weekend, so got to wait till Monday or sometime during next week to go drop it off to see when I can even get it fixed. Go figure. I call Subaru, and all they do is replace the dang thing, and I don't feel like going through that. If I'm going to do anything, I'll upgrade the ring and pinion or the diff as a whole to something more performance oriented. But the problem I'm having with it is I don't know whether it's the gasket or if it's the gear oil that I'm using. Because before the first time, I well, after I discovered it was leaking, I just put some silicone gasket maker on the bottom, and that held. Probably not the right answer, but I never had low gear oil issues after that. And then I let the car sit in the garage for a while, and then I finally pulled the trigger and did the rear diff gasket change for the first time, which I documented. I didn't want to document it this time because I didn't want to go through the frustration period of filming and deleting all that content. But anyway, changed out the rear diff gasket, and it seemed to hold fine. But this is this is the second track event I've gone to. Yes, second track event, and at VIR too, that I've gone to with the new gasket, and it seemed fine, I suppose. at that first track event. It was this track event though, the second one, last session of the weekend, that it started making the noise. So I don't know whether it's the gasket or what's going on. I want to try and use gasket maker all the way around, but I don't think the cover allows for that, so I'll just have to use the gasket that Subaru supplies for it, unless there's something else on the market that I'm able to use. I'll try to source that. I'll do some research and whatnot. If any of you all have any tips on what I could use, then I'll try that out as well. I just don't think the single layer metal gasket is going to suffice anymore, or I need to change the gear oil that I use, which I'm going to be switching to the Severe Gear from AMSOIL, because I'm switching the car over to AMSOIL products as a whole. The whole fleet of cars, the truck, the Honda, and the Subaru. So going forward, I'm going to use AMSOIL's motor oil, which I've been using on this engine for the past 20,000 miles. Flawless, absolutely amazing. The only time that I've noticed low fluid is because I'm an idiot and I didn't account for, like I mentioned in my previous video, didn't account for the increased volume that the oil pan allows for, nor the amount of fluid that the oil cooler uses. So yeah, I just need to figure out something that can contain the gear oil, or have a gear oil that doesn't get so thin that it seeps through. But then again, if it seeps through, there's clearly a sealing issue with the gasket, so I got to figure that out. But yep, just wanted to update you all on that. And while the car is down, I cut it early because I was getting frustrated with taking the rear diff out, especially right there where, here, I'll show really quick. There's some bolts, studs, whatever you want to call them, that go through these two holes, but they're connected on a bracket, and they kind of have to slide out together. And I was just getting frustrated because there was only one that would not come out. And I finally got it out and then tore the diff open, which the diff, surprisingly, sorry to go on a tangent with this, but the diff doesn't look bad. From what I can see, but I've never worked on a diff either, and yes, it's broken, so I could probably just tear it apart. And well, it's not broken, but it's definitely creating glitter. But it's not, it looks fine. I don't know what's wrong with it. Therefore, I want to leave it to somebody else with more experience to tear into it and let me know what the heck is going on, what I'm dealing with. So I'm going to let a shop do that. But on the other news, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but pretty well on there. But I have no way to change the or put more trans fluid into the transmission down there. So the turbo is going to be coming off as well. And as far as I know, there's no smoke coming from that. So I think the turbo is fine. But I don't know. This is the first time since 2018 that the car has been pulled apart to, well, actually, I lie. My bad. But this would be the first time since 2018 that I'll have taken the turbo out of the car and having the rear diff out. So there's a lot of work going on, and I can't say I'm looking forward to it because it's kind of sad. The car has just been flawless for the past 4 years, and I am now starting to see the wear and tear doing the race it, fix it, break it, repeat kind of dealio. So this is the first time I'm dealing with it, and it kind of sucks, but it is the life I chose. So here it is, to the beginning of tearing the car apart and doing some heavy duty maintenance. All right, y'all, thanks for watching, and until next time, stay driven.